Hi, I'm so happy to introduce to you the resources from Canopy Classes. This is a real brief run through to give you a taste. So our lessons will start with our opening scene and followed by a teacher key. The teacher key is really there for you, okay? It's there because throughout the lessons we have really thought and considered the means of participation that's best, I suppose, for the content that's on any given slide. So what you're looking for on each slide is this 3-dot tab here, and that will give you a suggestion for the activity that's on the board. So for instance, the one that popped up here is teach to select a student to demonstrate answer on the board. So it may be to write up the answer, it may be that they've got a drag and drop activity, it may they've got multiple choices, etc. There may also be other suggestions. So for instance, if it was a workings or a calculation, we may say, please do show your workings, it's best practice. It may be that we're encouraging some group work, or we think that would be a good suggestion. You could also possibly spot a star. We tend to put this on the very tricky topics where maybe a little bit of a reminder or a hint or a little further explanation may be required. And for most slides you will find this tab also, and that brings you up a nice blank notebook. So you can add some notes of your own, or you may want to add some class rules, but that's available for you should you need it. The way that the lessons are structured is to encourage the building of knowledge. So each of your menu options will take you to a few slides. So there'll be introduction, for instance, and then there might well be your sort of test, if you like, of prior knowledge, and then you may be introducing your first few facts, and there'll be a variety of slides. So some of those will be very information giving, others will be intended to be interactive and give an opportunity for low stakes practice. So again, maybe drag and drop, it may be multiple choice, it may be that we're holding up whiteboards, it may be that we have got a quick group activity, but again, things that students don't really assess or understand that they are maybe being assessed by you. Each of these will build towards a gradual progress throughout the lesson, and at the very end the plenary will have a few questions for a knowledge check. And at the very end of each of our lessons we do have a wellbeing check and encourage you to use it should you have time. Most of our activities are varied. Some of them are quite straightforward, like this one where you just click the correct statements. It's usually quite intuitive for you, but there will often be the instructions regardless at the top of your slide. So for instance, this is just click straight the correct statements. So these resources work with interactive whiteboards, which is true. The activities are intuitive and user-friendly. I really hope that they've been made that way. Are just like every other resource? No, they're not, and it should be fairly easy for us to tell that they're not when we click this. Are designed to be teacher-led? Yes. Sorry, they are, so it says are not designed, so that would be false. Take a lot of time to plan? No, they really shouldn't be hard to plan, they should be built for you. However, they are flexible, I'll talk about that in a second. And the resources are built with means of participation built in. Yes, they are. Of course, you can choose to use them as you will. As I said, lots of time to plan, no, but if you do know there's an activity or a few activities you wanted to use or go back to, then if you just use the menu button in the top right, it will always take you so that you can identify which slide you want to go back to, and you can jump around at any point, especially as you become more familiar with a particular lesson. As I said, at the end there'll be a plenary and there'll be 3 or 4 slides perhaps with questions from the lesson. So this one is assess to his statement. We should always check student understanding with careful targeted questions. And I like, and wherever possible, we have used this suggestion to try this in your notebooks. This is obviously for the students, and then click here to see your choices. So we're hoping that all of our students would answer this. We're not just identifying a single person, although this is a focus question suggestion. So we want all students to have tried the questions. We don't want them to just only do it if they've been selected. And then, of course, to select the correct answer that they believe there is. If there's not a submit button, then please just look for the tick in the bottom left corner, and that will submit it for you. And as I said, finally, there will be a well-being survey, and really that is to see, you know, how happy the class are with their understanding. So again, it may be a show of hands, it may be that you question a few people, it may be that you ask a few students to come up and, you know, judge for themselves where that might be. Either way, I hope you can see that these lessons have been designed for ease of use for you as a teacher, and for entertainment and engagement, and really to help progress your students throughout your lessons. We hope you enjoy using Canopy Classes resources.